Good morning, it's Margaret and it's Facebook Live. We're here at the University of Sewing. We're back home. So last weekend you got to see us at the quilt show. This weekend we're back here, and I'm going to tell you that quilt show was amazing. I think we put a few pictures up there, but you probably, if you watched the Facebook Live, you probably got to see some of the really cool stuff that we saw. That show was one of the best shows, just a general quilting show that I've ever been to. Cheers to everybody who were involved with the volunteering. Cheers to everyone who came. Thank you for coming and visiting. I had so many customers walk in this week and say, I was going to come over and say hi, but you were busy. I was busy through the whole thing. Okay, what are we going to share with you today? Well, we have got, if you would be so kind, is to go on your Facebook feed, hit share while you're watching this.
Kathy Neal knows the drill, Margaret.
Yes, she does. So we've got this wonderful Schmitz luggage tag we're going to give, along with this beautiful Know Your Batting carry along book. This is one of those things that if you are thinking about what batting should I use for this particular project, this is a really sweet little book that will help you make sure that you get the correct batting that you want. And speaking of batting, I'm just going to remind you guys, if you didn't know it, we carry silk batting, we carry wool batting, and we also carry black batting. So if you're doing a quilt that's really dark and you don't want those little white tufts to come out when you're quilting it, get some black batting. It's a wonderful weight. You will enjoy it. It's a polyester cotton batting, and it is very nice, and I use it all the time. And so I just want you to know that we have that available. If you have never used silk batting, oh my gosh, it is so gorgeous. You know, we have shown you some really cool, like quilted jackets and things like that. Silk batting is the best for that sort of thing because it gives you just a little bit of loft, and it sews so beautifully. So if you didn't know about those, I want to make sure that I tell you. But you know the drill. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hit share on your Facebook feed, and then in the comments, let us know you shared. So, and I'll stop bouncing around with those. Sorry about that. I noticed when I watch my videos, I do this, and that is really annoying. So I will try to stop that. We are going to talk about classes today. We're going to talk about the Bernina sale. Did you know there's a Bernina sale going on right now? If you need anything for your Bernina sewing machine, there is a 20% discount sale going on. So all you have to do is, for those of our lovely customers that are not local, because we of course want you to come in if you're local, but if you're not local and you would like to make a purchase, or maybe you are going to be in town during the month of March because you're smart and you went someplace warmer. So if that's the case, go ahead online, you go through, you order what you want, and then you want to use the coupon code March20. You don't have to use capital, you can use a capital. It's all one word though. There's not a space between March and 20, it's just March20. And so apply that coupon code in the cart, and then you will be able to get those 20% things that are involved in this sale. It's not just the feet, which are just so nice to have those go on sale like this. By the way, the Bernette feet are also in this. So if you have like a Bernette 77 or 79, if you want to get extra feet for those, they are on 20% off also. So, but what I wanted to also make sure you understood is that this sale is going to include not just your regular sewing machines. It is also going to include our sergers, okay? So if you've been thinking about a serger, you've been thinking about one of these wonderful L8 series sergers, you can get those for 20% off. So that's a really cool thing. But even if what you want to do is just get like a 325 or a 335, and I'm just going to forewarn you, the 325s, when we are out of them, we're out of them. Bernina is no longer going to be making the 325s except for as a sewing machine for classroom use. So if you have a school close to you and you want to encourage them to use Bernina's, because we all know they're the best sewing machines on the market, they can have the 325s for those classrooms, and we can set them up for that. Or any dealer can. So if you're someplace else and you think that, oh, my local high school, they have home ec, and yes, some of them still have it. Our 2 local high schools still have home ec. And what you can do is you can encourage them to do something like using a Bernina, because if you're familiar with what typically happens in those settings, those kids are really rough on the machines. Let's put them in a Bernina where they can't hurt them. Then that way your school system isn't replacing them every 2 to 3 years. So that just never is very good for them. And your local Bernina dealer will love you for doing that, for suggesting that. So, okay, so I told you about the sergers and I told you about the sewing machines, but we're going to take a walk over. I didn't tell Denise we're going to do it. That's why Denise isn't with us. She's actually filming today.
Good morning, guys.
Wait till I tell you the reason why Dave's not here. So, okay, let's go over here and let's show it off. Here's our baby. This is our little studio frame. Now, we've got it set up at 5 feet. Did you know that now you can buy a studio frame with just a 5-foot length? And you're not going to believe the prices on these now. They're so amazing. You can get a 5-foot studio frame with a Q16 on it. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's really reasonable. And you know what? I would tell you exactly how much it is, but it's actually on our website. Go ahead over there. These prices, the sale prices are actually on the website. And so if you're a Bernina dealer doesn't do that and you're not local, go and look at our website because you'll find the prices there. But what it is now is that you can go ahead and you can get this, and it is under, I believe it's under $12,000. It is amazing. So you can get this, and during the quilt show and right before the quilt show, we sold 4. And not just the studio frames, it was 2 studio frames, maybe 3 studio frames and 1 pro frame. We sold those all during that time period. I'm so amazed and so grateful. You guys have no idea. But, you know, I told you, where's Dave? We're going to have to do a Where's Waldo thing with him right now. He's been delivering cabinets, and he's been delivering Q20s with a Q20 with a studio frame. That's what he's delivering today up to Indianapolis. This wonderful mom and daughter team who love to do their long arm quilting. They've been looking at the long arm quilting, and this is going to be, they're going to get a studio frame, and they're getting that delivered as we speak. So cheer on Dave. That's where he's at. Our marketing team's thinking about going on one of these deliveries with him.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
So we may end up seeing some video of Dave and Aaron delivering some of our things to our customers. So that might be kind of fun. So, but what I was getting to is these are 20% off right now. That's why the price is so good. So not only is the price reasonable to start off with, but then add a 20% discount. That is through the month of March, guys. Now, I will point out to you that we are doing a Stitchwise event with Robin Fibbins, and she's going to be here in April on the 20th and the 21st. And I think I got, yes, I did. I got those dates right. Yay. So she's going to be here those 2 days. I have a feeling that there's going to be a little birdie who will make sure that you can get a similar deal. If you're not quite ready to do it, if you actually want to come, maybe you want to sit down at one of the sit-down units, maybe you want to come and see the studio frame, or you want to see the pro frame, I'm pretty sure that some little birdie can make sure that that happens for you, that 20% discount. So come and see us for that. If you're not sure yet that you want to pull the trigger, make sure that you get signed up for Robin's classes. The creative quilting on there is for the sit-down and to learn about the free motion quilting on a frame. Then there's one all about Cumatic. If you were thinking that what you wanted to do is get that computer edge-to-edge quilting, Do you know that your Q20 on a studio frame at 10 feet can do that too? So if you're thinking about doing a studio frame and you're going to get the 10 foot, I really do recommend spending that little bit of extra money. This is a 16, and look at how short the space is here. See, it's pretty short. But if you add 4 more inches, then you have 4 more inches to quilt. So I'm just thinking for a little extra money, you can get that extra 4 inches. It really will help you. Think about doing this. Get yourself a 10-foot studio frame. Get your Q20. Then, if you want, what you can do is a year or 2 from now, you can add Q-matic to it, and then you can have that computer edge to edge. You can do the custom quilting with just the press of a button, and I would show you all of that, but unfortunately, we have a little bit of a computer issue going on with the Q-matic today. We just got a brand new one. They did a brand new update on the Q-matic, and we're having trouble having the 2 guys talk to each other. So I probably got too close to the computers. I'm just telling you. I just probably did.
Margaret and computers.
Yeah, it's getting to be kind of hysterical. We tried to do an American Sewing Guild meeting, ASG meeting yesterday, and it took us a good 10 minutes to get my computer to even get onto Zoom. And so as soon as I got away from it, everything worked, but it was really something else. Dory is standing there, and she would press the buttons, and they would work. I'd press the button, nothing would happen. It was like, really? Come on. It was so aggravating. But I can sew. Thank goodness I can sew. And for some reason, my computers on my sewing machines don't get mad at me. And just the laptop and the desktops get mad at me. So, reminder, all of the sewing machines, your long arms, and guys, this includes, oh, do you know what these guys end up being? This is amazing. These guys are just so reasonable. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something because I'm tired of not knowing what I'm talking about here. I thought, wait a minute, I can't do it. I've lost the paper. Oh. I've lost the paper.
Some days are like that, Margaret. Some days are like that.
I've lost the paper. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's go back over here. And Lacey's coming in, so you're going to have to wave at her. So, oh. Okay, so, nope, it's not in here. The prices are not in here. Okay, someone on there, I'll bet you if you looked on our universityofsewing.com, you're going to be able to see exactly what the price is for the sit-down folding table with the Q16 on it. That is so reasonable right now. It's unbelievable. So if you're looking to get into this, did you know that you can take your sit-down and you can move it to a frame? You can move the head to a frame. That is what's going on for several of our customers right now. They had bought sit-down Qs, and it is so crazy because now what they can do is they can take their Q20, because most of them bought them before the 16 came out. So they bought the 16, they moved it from their sit-down, we're trading their table in, and now we're going to get them into using the frame. So you know what that means, don't you? We're going to even have some less expensive because we'll be able to put a Q20 or a Q16 on them, and the table will be a trade-in. And you're going to be able to get into doing this for under $8,000.
And those tables are kind of cool.
Those tables are kind of cool.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking that this is what you want to do and you've been like, oh, but the prices have been so high. They were high. But we're going to have trade-in tables. And I'm just going to tell you, the 2 gals who are trading their tables in treated those so well. They're so beautiful. They're not going to look like, they're not going to be nicked up and anything wrong with them. They're going to be in beautiful shape. So if you've been thinking you might want a table, these are going to both be the Koala tables that have the extendable leaves on them. So you're going to be able to get into that. Like I said, you will be able to get in that for under $8,000. So that is a really amazing deal, and I think you should look at it if that's something that you've been thinking about, because boy, having that 20 inches, we love our 7 series. They have 10 inches, but imagine doubling that. It's so different when you sit down at a table and you can move over the entire thing and you can sew on it. It's just amazing. So think about that. Also, with this 20% off sale, I'm still taking trade-ins. So if you're ready to move up, I know a lot of people bought like 335s and 325s during the pandemic because they were just getting into sewing. If you've gotten just into this, you're loving it. Maybe you have a friend that you know that this is true. They just got into it. They bought some machine. I don't care what brand it is. If you want to move up, you think that they are ready to move up, we've got this 20% off sale. Plus, you can get a trade-in. How cool is that? So, but I do want to point out something. How often do we offer you a sewing machine at 50% off? A brand new sewing machine at 50% off.
Did you say 50% off, Margaret?
50%.
Holy cow.
Okay, so right here, I want to make sure you guys see this. This is our lovely 77 Bernette. Now, the 77 Bernette has the exact same screen you are used to seeing us show you on any of the Berninas. So that means it's a touch screen. That means you can touch whatever thing is, and you know what else it's got? Did you realize that it has the dual feed?
I love a machine with dual feed, Margaret.
I love a machine with dual feed. Now, the other thing that's kind of nice about this machine, there are some of you who I know really like a top-loading bobbin. If you like a top-loading bobbin and you want the dual feed, you want a wonderful screen that is just going to go ahead. You can just touch any part of it and it will show you everything that you need. So here's your top-loading bobbin. It has got, and this one's brand new out of the box, so I haven't even taken this off of here. It's got a free on. Look at that. We can also get into this lovely little container and store our stuff.
That's your snack compartment.
Yep. So we can put all of our nice little stuff in there. So that's ready to go.
M&M's, gummy bears, jelly beans.
Is that what we put in there?
Of course. That way the children don't find them, Margaret.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. We've got to hide them from the kids. Okay, so we've got to hide them from the kids. But this machine, it's got all the features you want. It knots. It cuts the thread for you. And it's only $999.
And it's not super heavy.
It is not super heavy. And there we go.
Mm-hmm. Great for retreats.
Yep, perfect for your retreats. You can use this and put it in your luggage. You've got the big luggage, I know you do. So just put this in your big luggage. It'll fit in there just fine. And so you go ahead and take this to your retreat. You cannot beat this deal. I am surprised they have not gone flying off the shelves. I only have 3. Where are you guys? Come on, let's get these guys out the door. So you have 3 of them. And everyone who has bought these has told me how much they love this machine. So it's just a nice little machine. Now, I will tell you it has a sister machine. It has actually 2 sister machines. It has a B70 and a B79, but they're not on 50% off sale right now. So if what you're wanting is embroidery, then you probably don't want the 77 because it can't do embroidery. The 79 can do embroidery, and the 70 can do just embroidery. But if what you're looking for is like the most reasonably priced machine on the market that has all the features you're used to, now you cannot use your Bernina feet on the Bernette, I'm sorry. But the nice thing about these feet is they're snap-ons. So their feet are not expensive. And remember, all the feet are on sale. So, and you know what? You can also get a straight stitch plate for this. So this whole piece comes off of here and you just swap it out and you have a straight stitch plate. So it's really easy. So think about that. Don't forget, we would love to have you share. We have got the batting, knowing your batting, and we've got a wonderful Schmetz needle luggage tag. Those two are going to the winner this week who shares and lets us know they shared. We had some new winners last week, didn't we, Denise? I felt like the names I never saw before.
We did. One of them I'm thinking of off the top of my head is a lady who watches us from Lafayette, which is kind of in Purdue country, which for the IU fans is kind of cute. But yes, we're very glad Renee watches us.
So that was really neat to see some new faces on there. So everybody can win. So have you shared yet? You know, one of the things that's been so helpful for us is when you guys do this, you get it out to all of your friends. And it might not be the people that you think. Maybe it's one of their friends that see it. So that's really cool. So, you know, we have been so fortunate. I'd say in the last 3 weeks, we've seen so many new people. Haven't we seen a lot of new people?
It's been bananas, but it's wonderful.
It is. It has been a little bit bananas, and it has been wernderful, and we've been really busy. So today is the start of the March 10th through the 14th Bernina credit card 60-month same as cash deal. So if you were thinking, I want to get one of those wonderful long arms at these amazing prices.
And you do.
And you do, because I'm going to tell you, it's just going to make it so much more fun. You can come in here and we can get your card applied. Although, if you go onto the website right now, you can go on the website and you can apply for a Bernina credit card. The wonderful thing about the Bernina credit card is, one, you can come in and buy all your feet, and you can wait till next month to pay for it. What they do for small purchases like your feet and accessories, they let you go ahead and charge it, and then you don't have to pay for it. Well, all of our cards are kind of like that, except if you pay for it the next month, you don't get charged any interest. 0 interest. How cool is that? So if you're thinking, well, I wanted to get that hoop, or I wanted to get that walking foot, but I don't get paid for 3 more weeks.
Your tax refund hasn't arrived yet.
Tax refund hasn't arrived yet. What you can do is you can go ahead and apply for the credit card. You can come in here. We'll go ahead and run it through the Bernina credit card system, and then you can pay for it next month, and you can get that 0% interest. Now, for bigger purchases, how does that roll? So for the bigger purchases, you go ahead and apply, and they give you your credit limit. So, for example, we had a young lady, Sue, who went ahead and applied, and she got what her credit limit was. Turned out that Bernina gave her a $20,000 credit limit. So, their limit usually is 25. So, they will go up to 25. So, when she went ahead to purchase her Pro Frame in that situation, she used one credit card to pay for part of it, and then she used her Bernina credit card on a 60-month, same as cash. And you know what? The Bernina credit card doesn't ever charge you interest unless you don't make the time frame. So as long as you keep your payments under 60 months, I always tell people, do your payments so that it's a little bit more than what you charged. And then that way you will pay it off at least a month or 2 ahead of when you think that you would have to have it paid off by. We have got in the shop little payment things so that you can see, if you say you charged $10,000, what would the payment be? We've got a paper that shows you exactly what those payments are, so you're not surprised.
Margaret, I love that Bernina also does a no prepayment penalty.
Yes, no prepay. You can totally do that. You can prepay for it. So, for example, maybe what you're thinking is that you were going to go ahead and do, let's say, they've offered 12 months, 18 months, 48 months. I can do those all the time for you. It's 0% interest if you pay inside those in those months, 12 months, 18, or 48. If you want to do the 60-month, those are just special deals, like right now. So for today through the 14th, we have the 60-month one. So those are usually used when people are buying a bigger item. So when you do that, then we tell you how you should go ahead and make sure that you pay at least, let's say you're going to do 60 months on $10,000. If you do at least $160 a month, you're going to get that paid off before your 60 months, and you will have that ready to go, and you don't have to worry about paying any interest. So you can do those. But what if you were the gal who's like, no. I'm going to get this because it's on sale right now, but I'm going to pay for it as soon as my tax refund check comes in. Well, you can do it just for 12 months. And then when your tax refund comes in, just pay it off. You're done, but you had that 12 months just in case something went wrong. And if something went wrong, then you have the time to pay for it. So it's really easy. We can explain all those things to you, and we can make sure that you get taken care of. And of course, we do love those of you who come in, and we're in Indiana. Some of you in the other ends of the coast, you may not get this. We have a lot of people who prefer to pay cash. You write us a check. We were very, very grateful for that.
And we do still accept cash.
We accept cash, we accept checks, and we're very easy to go on those two things. So if you want to pay cash and you don't want to have any of that credit card stuff, I get it. I'm one of those people. I pay cash for most everything. So if you want to do that, we will help you also. So everybody, I think we are getting close to that time. We've got to open up here in about 5 minutes. So I want to wrap this up and let you know, oh, by the way, you know what happens too when you buy like a Q20 and you get the studio frame? You get Dave and Aaron to come and deliver it to you, and they'll set it all up. We can do a long arm to anywhere in the state. So if you want to have us be your dealer, you can come in. I don't care if you're in Seymour. I don't care if you're down in Evansville. Hello, Rebecca, if you're watching. I don't care where you're at. We will take care of you. So make sure that you go ahead and share today, because you can win prizes. That's every week. Tomorrow, we have some really cool new fabrics that have just come in. We've got a lot of new pre-cuts. Look on those, because if you're looking for that wonderful, I love a pre-cut. Just chop everything up, ready to go, and you are just, I have my 2.5 inch strips, and all I have to do is cut my squares off of them, and I'm ready to make beautiful things. So we have lots of that to show you. We also have some new linens in. We have some new wools. They are just super great stuff for the summer. And you know, it is just going to be lots of fun. I can tell already. This year is off to an amazing start. It seemed like yesterday was January, and now we're in the middle of our time here in March. Last thing, I promise, last thing. Vanita McCall's going to be here. And Vanita is going to be doing a fantastic embroidery class. This class is going to teach you how to do tiling. Those of you who know embroidery, you probably know what that is, but for those of us who are kind of, oh, what's tiling? Well, what it is you make a embroidered piece. It's embroidered all over the entire thing, and then you put it together like a quilt block, and you make pictures with it. It's really amazing, and it is so beautiful. They're going to do a tiling scene on this, and they're also going to do edge-to-edge quilting. So you're going to get lots of things and learn about those. And you know that Vanita is just so absolutely wonderful to have here. She's got such a great personality. She's fun to be around, and you will enjoy seeing her. Also, this is new. We haven't done this before. So it's not like this is just something that you've already experienced if you've been to one of her other classes here. This one is just her coming as she is a Bernina educator, but she is also an independent contractor who is a Bernina expert. So with your Bernina sewing machine and your embroidery machine, by the way, if you haven't upgraded your embroidery machine, we do have the high-speed embroidery units. So if you haven't done that yet, we can help you with that. And then just to kind of take and put it all together. We've got Vanita's class is going to be 2 days long. It's at the end of the month. It's the 30th and the 31st. So make sure that you go on there and sign up. We've got a lot of people signed up for it already. If you want a seat in there, I suggest you do this sooner rather than later. We're going to provide your lunches for you. Yes, they are all day for 2 days, but come and hang out with us. You know you'll have fun. There will be deals. There will be chocolate, because Denise makes sure I always remember the chocolate.
Absolutely.
So there'll be lots of snacks. There'll be lots of things here. We'd love to have you, and I hope you can make the time in your schedule, that we've given you enough notice. So Bonita at the end of March, and then Robin Fippins for the cues and the long arms at the end of April. So make sure you put those 2 dates on your calendar, and let's get you in here to see all of this. And we'll be offering a mastery class on the cues very soon if you're wanting to take that and see if these are the quilting long arm you want. Don't forget and go look at the classes. We've got a lot coming up. There is a knit t-shirt class I'm going to be teaching. I think there might be only one slot left in that one. We are adding fitting classes all the time, and we also have a lot of things in our Garment Academy classes coming up. So make sure you look at the classes and sign up sooner rather than later, guys. I will tell you, on the one end, if we don't get enough people in them, we have to have at least 2 people. If we don't get 2 people, we cancel the class. And on the other end, some of these have been filling up in like a week. So make sure you get on there. If you're thinking about it, make sure you get on. Black Bobbin Mastery class, been doing one every 4 weeks. So make sure, even if you bought a machine from somebody else, I will be okay with you coming to my Black Bobbin Mastery class. I know our classes are different than other people. I keep on hearing it from almost every customer. Our classes are more in depth and they learn a lot in them. I want you to know how to use your Bernina sewing machine. We love them here, and we want to make sure that you love your Bernina sewing machine. So make sure you put it on your calendar, and we will talk to you soon. Like I said, I'll be here tomorrow morning for Facebook Live once again, and hopefully Dave will be back then. So have a great day, everybody. Happy Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow.